2023 in the rearview mirror. It's time to look ahead to 2024, and while 2023 is being heralded as the greatest gaming year in recent memory, maybe of all time, 2024 is no slouch either. And these games that I'm going to talk about today are things we know about, so there are obviously some surprises that may come about, or things that get delayed, or things that just pop up that we weren't expecting. So 2024 can do itself a favor and become one of those banner years in gaming itself. Now, before we get into the list, I just want to thank you guys for joining me in this video and coming to the channel. Please make sure you do leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're someone new, and let's get right into this list. Now, we're going to start at the top of the year. On January 15th, we have Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown coming out for Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. And this game is it kind of sounds sacrilegious to say it is a Metroidvania or like a Metroid Dread type of version of Prince of Persia, because Prince of Persia, when it first came out, was this 2D action like platformer style, but this game is being developed by the same team that did the Rayman Legends game, so it's looking pretty good. The different weapons, the action, the graphics look really good. It's definitely going to look good in portable mode on a Switch OLED if you have one. So this game I'm definitely looking forward to, January 15th. Moving on to February 2nd, we have Persona 3 Reload. So Persona 3 being the oldest out of the popular, Persona 3, 4, and 5. Obviously needed some retouching up, it being a PlayStation 2 game, so this getting a remake looking more of that Persona 5 style, which has gotten really popular over the last few years, was definitely needed. So Atlus coming back, and we got this game launching on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, Xbox One, and PC, and also going to be day one in Game Pass. So Xbox spending that money, getting that Game Pass bag over to Atlus. So definitely looking forward to this game as well. Also on February 2nd, we have a game that was delayed out of 2023, and that is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is going to be a next-gen only game, so that means PS5, Xbox Series X and X, and PC, and this is being developed by Rocksteady, the same team that developed the Batman Arkham games. Now, a lot of people did have some mixed reviews just from when we first got our looks at the gameplay and just the traversal and the menus and everything. It looked very live servicey, kind of like how Avengers was, and some people are really questioning the direction of this game after Rocksteady delivering some of the best single player games of all time. Now, some reviewers and YouTubers and influencers do have their hands on this game, so we'll have to see when they're actually allowed to speak about it. But from what I'm kind of picking up on, this game may disappoint a few people, so I'm definitely reserving judgment until that comes out. But if you guys want to check it out, it will be dropping on February 2nd. Now, near the end of February, we have the much anticipated Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So Final Fantasy VII is considered one of the best JRPGs of all time back in the 90s, and they did decide to remake it with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they split it into a trilogy to tell the whole story, flesh it out, give it full new combat and different mechanics, and change the story up a little bit, even adding new characters and things like that. So definitely looking forward to this. I did pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake last year, and I did enjoy it a lot. I did put in my pre-order for this game, so it will be exclusive on PS5 if you have one, and you can look forward to that on February 29th. Moving over to March. So March 22nd, another next-gen only game, PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. We have Dragon's Dogma 2 from Capcom, and a lot of people didn't really see this coming. Dragon's Dogma was pretty popular, but again, Capcom's got a good release schedule going on with Monster Hunter and Resident Evil. We got Street Fighter 6 in 2023, so now you got Dragon's Dogma, so bringing more of that JRPG action style to come out, and a lot of people looking forward to it. I've never played it, but I'm interested in it. Am I going to get it day one? Probably not, but if you are interested in getting it day one, you can get it on March 22nd. Also releasing on March 22nd, the PlayStation 5 exclusive Rise of the Ronin. Now, a lot of people are kind of drawing comparisons to like Ghost of Tsushima with this game, but this game does seem to be a little more action. I don't want to say RPG style, but more like hack and slash type, maybe a little less technical, but it definitely looks great. The lighting looks great. It looks like it's going to have a cool story, that Edo era Japan, you know, samurai type fighting style and all that. So Rise of the Ronin, if you're looking for a PS5 exclusive, you can pick it up on March 22nd. And then a game that's coming out in the first quarter of 2024, but we don't have an exact release date yet, is S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chernobyl, which will be exclusive to Xbox and PC, and also day one in Game Pass. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have already known the story surrounding this game. You know, the developers have had to literally take up arms with, you know, Russia invading Ukraine, and this game getting delayed. It was supposed to come out, I think, April 2022 originally, so it's been getting pushed back, but everyone's been saying great things about it from what they've seen so far, and, you know, hopefully this game will finally see the light of day because, you know, the developers deserve it, and I hope they're staying safe over there. So you can look forward to it sometime early 2024. Now, moving on to April, we have Eiyuden, I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, coming out on April 23rd for Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PC, and day one in Game Pass. And now this is from the original team that created Suikoden and left Konami, and they decided to come up with their own game. So it is a hybrid of a lot of different RPG styles. There's some tactical elements, there's, you know, turn-based combat, there's some action, there's also, you know, team building and world building where you literally will be able to recruit over 100 people to join your team and can develop cities and actually go out when you're fighting and have 6 different party members and things like that. This game definitely looks very interesting, and like I said, it's going to be in Game Pass day one, so it doesn't hurt to check it out. So you could check out Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes on April 23rd. Now, moving on to August 20th, we have a game that we've been seeing previews for probably around 3 or 4 years at this point, but we got Black Myth Wukong finally getting a release date for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Now, this game is definitely, you know, heavily inspired by the Journey to the West story, you know, famous from the 16th century, Chinese developer, and it's going to be, you know, kind of that Souls-like, but it may take some elements from what we've been seeing with like Lies of P, where you're taking a famous story and then adding different elements than just having, you know, a super hard, difficult, grueling game. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm probably going to pick this up day one. I've been getting more into these Souls-like experiences, so you can pick it up too if you want on August 20th. Now, the rest of these games don't have definitive release dates, but we do have either a time window or it's just going to come out sometime in 2024. And first up, we have Towerborne, which is going to be an action RPG from the Xbox team. It will be coming out on Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PC, as well as Game Pass. Now, this is a Microsoft first-party studio game. We don't know when it's going to come out. It does look interesting. It does look like that side-scrolling kind of like Castle Crashers type of game, and, you know, it looks pretty good. You know, I want to see more of it. I'm definitely going to check it out. It seems like a springtime game to me, maybe like early April or something like that, but we'll just have to see when it actually comes out. Then for PS5, we have Stellar Blade. Now, this looks like a kind of that Nier Automata, but kind of maybe more futuristic, like hack and slash action JRPG type game. We haven't gotten really that many details on the game. We've seen a little bit of gameplay. Of course, it looks great. You know, she looks great. I'm just saying. But yeah, so if you're looking for a PS5 exclusive, you could check out Stellar Blade, coming out sometime this year. Now, we also got the announcement of Star Wars Outlaws, which looks to take more of that like bounty hunter, you know, Andor type style for Star Wars. You know, a lot of people are getting tired of the whole lightsaber Jedi type stuff, so trying to get a game called Outlaws in a Star Wars universe definitely looks very interesting. Now, this game may not come out in 2024, but as of right now, that's when it's slated for, so we'll just have to see if it does come out that year. Next up, we have probably the top 1 or 2 games that I'm excited for the year, coming out in fall 2024, and that is Metaphor Fantazio, coming out for the PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. Now, this game looks like Fire Emblem and Persona had a baby. It's from the original creators from Persona 3, 4, and 5 by Studio Zero, you know, published by Atlus, and it looks amazing. It looks so good. Everything we've been seeing from this game, it looks like it's going to be high fantasy, but still have that, you know, those JRPG mystical elements and things like that. But Metaphor re Fantazio, looking forward to it fall 2024. Next up, we got a game that popped up at the Game Awards, and it is Visions of Mana, coming out for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. And now the Mana series, this is the first new one in around 15 years from what I've been reading. I've never played Secret of Mana or Story of Mana or any of the other Mana games that have come out, but from what I've seen from this trailer, it was just like, it looks pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying it's day one, I'm not saying I'm 100% going to play it, but it's definitely on my radar. I'm not saying I'm going to go back and play all the Mana games, but if you're a fan of JRPG, especially action style, or the Mana series, you can look forward to this dropping in 2024. Then we got the game that people have been waiting for literally 5 years, with Hellblade 2, which is an Xbox first party exclusive, next gen only, and on PC, and of course Game Pass day one. We've been seeing a bunch of trailers for this, the different animations with the face, the lighting, a little bit of the combat. It looks great, but at this point, people are just like, when is this coming out? When is this game coming out? I was playing through the first one. I didn't finish it yet, but definitely they pay a lot of attention to detail with the sound design and the psychosis and everything like that. So Hellblade 2 at some point in 2024 will be dropping. We also have Avowed from Obsidian, which when we first saw it looked a little different, but as of recently when we saw it during the Xbox showcase in the summertime, it looks to be more that like Skyrim type style, you know, magic with one hand and then a weapon with the other hand, but it definitely looks good. Obsidian's kind of been the unsung hero of Microsoft game studio, so definitely trust them to put out a great product. So we'll be seeing this at some point in 2024. Next up, another Xbox exclusive, we have 33 Immortals. Now this is supposed to be coming out on Xbox Series S and X, PC, and Game Pass day one, and we didn't get a ton of footage of this game, but it just looks like a roguelike. You can literally play with 33 people, up to 33. I don't know the limit on how many you can play with. I heard people playing with like 6 when they were demoing it, but yeah, it just looks like a roguelike, fight a bunch of enemies on the screen, Vampire Survivor type style, so definitely looking forward to this game. Then we also have the announcement of Suikoden 1 and 2 Remaster HD Collection coming out for PC, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One. Now, I'm sure they will be backwards compatible with the newer games, but this is a game that, you know, again, from that Konami team, they've updated the visuals, and I never played the original, so if you're into JRPGs, you'll definitely be looking forward to this one. Next up, we got a Plucky Squire for PS5, Switch, and Xbox. Now, this game looks like a mix between like a 2D platformer, but also like a storybook type style game. Now, we haven't seen that much of this game, but just from what I've seen with the art style, the gameplay, the different, you know, going in between worlds and things like that, I'm definitely looking forward to this whenever it does come out, and I'll probably pick it up on Nintendo Switch. It looks like a good Switch game, so I'll definitely be looking forward to that. And then last up, we have Decapolice. Now, this game was supposed to come out this year from Level 5. They announced a few games that they're working on, and I'm definitely getting more into this. You know, after I played Astral Chain, you know, Decapolice being that turn-based RPG, but also having the, you know, detective elements, you know, going in, finding clues, arresting people, but also having the battle system and everything like that. You know, Level 5 is pretty much legendary at this point, so Decapolice at some point will be coming out on PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch in 2024. And then that's all the games, but I did want to just mention this has nothing to do with a video game specifically, but the Nintendo Switch 2, it has to be brought up. At some point, we do expect to see Nintendo's successor to the Switch drop this year, and I'm looking forward to it. At this point, the Switch, there's not much else that, you know, we're looking forward to come on this. Some of these games I've mentioned on here may be on that new Switch, whether it's a Super Switch or Switch 2, whatever it's called. We've got rumors of developers having dev kits, everything like that. So at some point, the Switch 2 has to make an appearance, and I'll definitely be covering it on the channel once it does. So please look forward to that. And that does it, guys. Like I said, 2023 was great, but now we're looking forward to 2024, and we're definitely, you know, it's not short on games by any stretch of imagination. So y'all let me know in the comment section below, which games are you looking forward to the most for 2024? Leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're someone new, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.